Hey guys, Jason here. Tonight we're going to put together this HOWA 1500. We're going to take the bolted action out of the HOWA 1500, put it into this KRG Bravo chassis. And hopefully the intent is to get this gun down to like half a minute. I know HOWA says their guns will shoot sub MOA, or MOA anyway. So hopefully with some hand loads, we can get it down to half a minute. So let's open up this KRG Bravo and see what it looks like. So got their instructions. Stickers are always necessary, right? Set that off to the side. A couple of their magazines to go into the chassis. Some hardware for like sling swivels, a piece of Picatinny rail for anything going forward on the stock. Spacers for their buttstock. And then the stock itself. So there's the chassis, pretty straightforward. So let's see how this goes. First things first, let's get the barreled action out. So we got two Torx bits on the bottom at a T30. Spin those out. Once you get that out, our action should pop right out. So pretty simple, right? Getting that stock off. Now we've got our barreled action. Alright guys, we've got the chassis out of the box, bolted action out of the old stock. I'm going to go ahead and take that bolted action and just lay it top side down. And we're going to lay our chassis on top of it. The front action screw is already installed inside the chassis. Comes out the top there. Has a little aluminum retainer to keep it in place. So as we feed the chassis over the bolted action, we're going to catch that front screw, the front action screw, and run it in finger tight. Once we're satisfied with our finger tightness, we'll grab the rear action screw that was included in the kit. Comes with a washer. Make sure the washer goes on. Then it's going to go right behind that trigger guard. We'll drop it in. And with that 3/16 Allen, we're gonna run it down finger tight. That's a 3/16 Allen on both the front and the rear. Alright, now that we've got those finger tight, KRG recommends that we bounce the buttstock on the floor a couple times to seat the action into the recoil lugs. We're going to go ahead and do that. So we've got those seated. Alright, so if we're satisfied that everything appears to be level and not canted inside the chassis, we're good to start tightening down our front and rear action screws. We're going to start in the front and move to the back, just kind of going back and forth until they're tight. And then we're going to put 65 inch-pounds of torque on them. Alright, we've got 65 inch-pounds on the front and the rear screws. Now we're going to roll it over. This rear screw on the top side is a 5/32 Allen, and it needs 45 inch-pounds. So we're going to snug that down. Alright guys, it's pretty much complete now, so we could adjust our length of pull back here on the buttstock by adding in those spacers. We could adjust our cheek to stock right here. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and start putting things onto the gun so we can get a good look at what it's going to look like. Alright, first thing we're going to do is get our bipod thrown on here. Next, we're going to throw our scope rings on. Alright, we've got those torqued down now. Alright, next we'll throw our scope on. We got the range to this level. Last thing we're going to do is bolt on our compensator. Alright, there it is guys, all done. KRG Bravo chassis on a HOWA 1500 6.5 22-inch bolted action. So we'll get it out to the range and see how it's grouping.